All right, so there are a lot of people that are away on vacation because it is summertime, but instead of staying in traditional hotels, many Americans are opting for other rental options like Airbnb.
Sure.
But what happens when a house or an apartment looks fantastic online and you arrive and it's far from what you expected? So Mark, you recently stayed at an Airbnb in New York City. Tell us what happened.
Okay, so I booked it. It looked great in the pictures. It wasn't cheap. I show up. There's garbage on the floor.
Oh,
the bed's not made. There's dirty sinks, dirty towels in the sink. It's filthy. I reach out to the host because Airbnb arranged it, but the host is the person I'm reaching out to. She doesn't call me back. I wait 90 minutes. I'm standing on the streets in New York. I then turn to Airbnb and I say, hey, you need to fix this. They say, oh, I'm sorry, but you're outside the 24-hour zone for, fixing these problems. Now you have to go back to the host. Well, 24 hours later, and a lot of back and forth, in about 5 hours of my time, eventually Airbnb made it right. They spoke to me last night. They gave me a $200 credit towards a future stay to get me back. They gave me a $100 credit for a dinner that I'm going to take advantage of tonight. And they went ahead, even though it was outside the terms and conditions, they realized it was extenuating because I had backup. Take photos if you have this experience. I said, this is the property. And they said, thank you for documenting it. And they refunded the full amount. Now they'll go to that host who's already been paid and who refuses to refund it on her side.
What is she saying is the problem? I mean, I don't understand how you could do this.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It really is. I said it was really pathetic how she was handling it, that this is something, I don't believe her reviews. And that's another thing you got to worry about on these reviews. Who's reviewing these people? Because this was a 5-star property, and I'm thinking, 5 stars? How do you define 5 stars? Which is the challenge with social media. I may have a different opinion of 5 stars versus the other guy, and it's a little bit of buyer beware. Keep in mind, I've used Airbnb now. This will be the 4th time, and I've had 2 great experiences, 1 mediocre experience, 1 terrible experience. So you just have to know that just like renting from somebody's house on VRBO or HomeAway, you got to do your homework. And if you know somebody who's stayed there and has vetted it personally and you trust that person, that's the best approach. Worst case, turn to Airbnb and make sure you don't stop with the first person that says no, which I didn't. I pressed it, and I finally got this great lady on the phone last night who very calmly said, we blew it. We need to fix this. And kudos to Airbnb for setting the record straight.
Mark Murphy, you just didn't know that New York City, the 5-star review could just mean that they're on 5th Avenue. Or they have the view of the park, and not the interior of the place. What are you, crazy?
Was it 5th Avenue or 5th Street? I'm so confused.
Exactly. Travel Insider Mark Murphy, thanks so much.